We are now in Module 5 on Intellectual Property Aspect 2. Here we discuss the previously introduced issue of the recording artist, specifically Taylor Swift and Spotify. With regard to musical recordings, the specific case presented to us by Tavani was that of Taylor Swift. Swift made a motion to remove her recordings from Spotify, claiming that the whole infrastructure of companies like Spotify that stream music significantly diminishes the monetary returns to the recording artists. Artists can increase their profits by selling their songs and albums on platforms like iTunes or Amazon. Spotify responded that without it, people would straightforwardly pirate the artist's recordings by reproducing and sharing them digitally. Spotify puts forth a utilitarian defense that appeals to consequences by pointing out that more people are happier, including the recording artists, than would be without it. In the present circumstances, as they are shaped by the present technology. If Spotify was somehow present 30 years ago, and without any technological innovations that we have today, then Swift would have a better case. Fans were not able to share recordings online on various pirate sites 30 years ago, and under those circumstances, perhaps general welfare would have been higher if Spotify was not there. But that is not our present situation. In the given circumstances, recording artists must take what they can get from streaming companies like Spotify and be happy with it. In all fairness, Tavani points out streaming services make more sense for emerging and less popular groups known by very few fans. But it indeed makes less sense for someone like Swift, who is well known and can sell songs and albums all on her own. There are two thoughts here for us. One, we should consider the impacts of technology on our existence when we embark on developing it and releasing it out into the open. Technology is not simply what one chooses to do with it, although the exact nature of the relationship between us and technology is very complicated. The second point here is that Swift's actual objection was that music and all art is inherently more valuable than the compensation that an artist receives from music streaming platforms. The point here is that the problem is not that the Spotify CEO and shareholders are greedy, but that the very structure of the industry makes return to artists much lower. In an attempt to make sense of Swift's arguments, we are launched off on a mission next to explore theories of property. What does it mean to speak of property, private property, exclusively owned property, and so on?